What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Tar Heels ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Now, you got to read it quick, right? And he makes a quick decision, gets that thing out of his hand, but make sure your feet are set, and you still got to be accurate even though you're trying to get rid of that ball so fast.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To throw, it's Hoover. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw...
Oh, he's got some space. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
They'll move the wide receiver. Run in the red zone, it's Goss. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, running back on the move. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And that's That's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 in the year. He's perfect.
Across the 20 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and just like that, they're out of trouble. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously he was inaccurate with his pass.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
You wonder if the pick earlier in the game is now affecting this quarterback, and not just his psyche, but also his fundamentals. He threw that ball up his back leg. You're not going to throw completions playing like that.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. The give to the tailback. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Lopez wants to fire. Here comes the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Tar Heels line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got him wide open. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Quarterback empties his backfield. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. And the Horned Frogs are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's caught downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, TCU.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those.
Headed to the end zone. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game, and for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And on the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They go to the ground. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Finds a little space. It's a running room. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Motion from the back. Using his legs. It's Hall. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Tar Heels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Lopez to pass. Working that wide receiver screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll keep it himself. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option play.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll run it from the gun. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2. They're going to go for it with a couple of good options here. Get it to the one, you get the first down. Get it farther, you get the touchdown. On fourth down, going to the air. Give him 6. Touchdown, UNC! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Turning on the Jets. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands. The Horned Frogs will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass. It's Hoover. Working that left side now. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
He's looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to pull their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's loose. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On the snap, it's gone. And they'll just play it safe with the run right back to the line of scrimmage, and we are at halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. To the wideout. Got him downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. The Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Trying to burn this defensive back. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot in a sudden change situation. Let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Leaves it with the back. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Punch it out of the air. Good pickup on that one. They will stop him short of the line to gain, and now we'll see what they do on 4th down from the 17. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got the quick pass. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And I tell you what, I like this defense's game plan right here. Drop back, make sure I got the sticks covered. If they want to throw it below the sticks, I'm going to come up and tackle you and make sure I get you to 4th down.
Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. The inside handoff. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Running behind that left side. And the defense was just daring them to throw over the top, and the offense didn't, and they got stuffed. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Leaves it with the running back. Picks up the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that has got to be so demoralizing for this defense. They played so well on 1st and 2nd down and then have a total breakdown on 3rd. They're going to have to do so much better the next time they're put in that situation.
And the Tar Heels will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the right. Got his man. It's a seam wide open. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game. The Tar Heels are marching down the field. Power football with the run. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
All right, well, the quarterback's showing you he is human after all. Finally throws an incompletion, and not just that, after a couple completions back-to-back-to-back, almost throws a pick.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Lopez to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Wants to go up top. Got his man. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped him.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He's loose. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
And the Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. He leaves it with his back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the 4th quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
The Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. On the run, it's Goff. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run play action. Going for 6. Touchdown, North Carolina! They move on top here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pulls it in. It's Payne. At the 45 on his way. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass.
He makes the catch. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. And it's picked off right at the goal line. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Motion from the wideout. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. All out of space. He's at the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone.
This offense adds to the lead. They've had a good day, showing you a little bit of everything. Running the football, throwing the football. They throw in the jet sweep. The defense has no answer. Nice blocking, and you just see speed kill. Speed on the outside. He takes it all the way to the house.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down. On the run deep down the right side. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Still on his feet at the 45. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
On the direct snap, it's Johnson. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They want to run it left here. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. Tight end now in motion. Now the play fake. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Kick is in the air. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Rushes on him. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Grab near the sticks. It's McAllister. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And that one, I don't think, with required 10 yards, it did not. Penalty marker is out. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the off-tackle play here. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Lopez wants to fire. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Got some room to run. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves, but what a play.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Lopez to pass. He's taking the deep shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get them to 3rd and long. Obvious passing situations. Because they won 2nd down and they got that big sack, they put them in the predictable 3rd down. They win and probably force the punt.
Under fire. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Grab behind the line. It's Payne. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide.
And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his own 20. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end.